and Liver Care Center in Efutu, the first of its kind in the region. Further, every 27th of May, which also marks my birthday, has been designated as Hepatitis B Awareness Day in Efutu. Mr. Speaker, while community efforts like these are commendable, they are not substitute for national policy action. More needs to be done. The broader national picture. 1. Hepatitis B continues to be a silent epidemic in Ghana. According to the WHO, 254 million people live with chronic hepatitis B globally, claiming over 1.1 million lives in 2022, largely from liver cancer, as already stated. Sub-Saharan Africa carries a disproportionate burden. Over 91 million people in the region are infected, and in 2019 alone, 125,000 deaths were recorded from hepatitis B and C. Worse still, 90% of those infected do not know their status, and someone dies every 30 seconds from hepatitis B, hepatitis-related complications. These are not just statistics. They are an urgent call to action. Mr. Speaker, here in Ghana, the statistics are no less sobering. According to the Ghana Health Service and WHO estimates, Ghana has an estimated prevalence rate of 12% for hepatitis B, with even higher rates recorded in some rural districts. It is further estimated that between 3 to 4.6 million Ghanaians live with chronic hepatitis B, often unaware of their status, as already stated supra. Worse still, up to 147 million newborns are exposed to the virus through mother-to-child transmission. The leading cause of intergenerational hepatitis B is spread in Ghana. Infected mothers with high-level loads have a 90% chance of passing the virus to their babies, many of whom go on to develop chronic hepatitis, irreversible liver damage, or liver cancer. The burden, Mr. Speaker, falls the heaviest on the vulnerable, pregnant women in rural communities, babies born into poverty, and families who are unable to afford viral load tests, liver function tests, or life-saving birth dose vaccines like HBIG. Today, many pregnant women are still not routinely tested for hepatitis B. Those who test positive are not supported with antiviral treatment to suppress the virus. Newborns cannot access hepatitis B, HBIG, or birth dose vaccines. These essential interventions remain unavailable or unaffordable as they are not covered by the National Health Insurance Scheme. This is an unacceptable gap, and this, Mr. Speaker, is what we must break down. Yes, Ghana has made some important strides. 1, we have attained over 90% infant immunization coverage for hepatitis B. We have introduced free hepatitis C treatment. We have made antenatal hepatitis B testing mandatory. And we have developed a national viral hepatitis B control program framework. But framework and pilot interventions alone are not enough. Glaring gaps remain. As I speak, Ghana is yet to introduce the hepatitis B birth dose vaccine or make hepatitis B HBIG freely available or subsidized. The result is that the poor are left behind and the virus continued its silent destruction. Too many Ghanaians are still dying from the hepatitis B, not because treatment does not exist, but because it remains financially out of reach. Mr. Speaker, I dare say that the time for national action is now. While community-based interventions are essential, they are not sustainable without a national backing. The financial burden of hepatitis B treatment remains a heavy load, particularly on low-income Ghanaians. Antiviral medications cost between 300 to 600 Ghana cedi per month, with full treatment costs running into the thousands. Over time, this becomes an impossible burden for most households. So most patients go untreated, not by choice, but by circumstances. I reiterate a call I first made on this floor in 2023. Let us include hepatitis B treatment under NHIS coverage. We have done it for certain chronic conditions. We can and must do it for hepatitis B. Let us also expand free community screening and antenatal testing. Fund birth dose vaccine roll out and subsidize hepatitis B, HBIG, launch a national hepatitis B awareness campaign to fight stigma and misinformation, equip every regional hospital with dedicated liver care services. Mr. Speaker, I conclude. Let's break it down together. Mr. Speaker, the year's theme, let's break it down, is both bold invitation and a national mandate. Indeed, let's break the cost barrier through comprehensive NHI support. Let us break the stigma barrier through national education. Let us break the access barrier through targeted rural investment. Let us break the silence barrier through evidence-led, budget-backed policy. And on this, I call on this House, the Ministry of Health, the NHIA, and all health sector stakeholders not to just recognize this day, but to take historic steps towards transforming hepatitis B care in Ghana. Let us protect Ghana as a leader on the African continent in the fight against viral hepatitis. Let us ensure that no child is born with this disease simply because their mother was poor, and no adult dies silently for lack of affordable care. Let us break it down. Together, let's break it down for good. And Mr. Speaker, on this note, I would like to thank you for admitting this statement and also thank colleagues for indulging me. I'm grateful and I hereby resume my seat.
Thank you very much for making that important statement. Honourable members, I'll open the floor for comment. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statement ably made by the Honourable Minority Leader. Let me commend Minority Leader for bringing this important matter before the House and commend the interventions he's making in Efutu to deal with hepatitis. Today marks the day for hepatitis, and then he's made very great interventions in his constituency. We are learning from what he has done. Unfortunately, we are not that resourceful as he is, so that we can put such interventions in place. But as I speak to you now, in the Nadoli Kaleo constituency today, we are doing screening and for hepatitis B and C. It happened last year. We covered 6 communities. Today, again, together with the Liver Foundation, and then tomorrow and the day after, these interventions will be taking place. The challenge is that while we pay some attention to some chronic conditions, the issue of hepatitis has been left to the back burner. To cite an example, we are particularly interested in preventing mothers who are HIV positive. from transmitting the virus to their children under the Prevention of Mother-to-Child Transmission, that program. Similarly, children can pick hepatitis from their parents. Yet, at delivery, the same level of effort is not put in to prevent the mothers from transmitting hepatitis to their children. So it becomes a chronic thing in a particular family that all the children coming out of the family will turn hepatitis positive. Unfortunately, the interventions are quite expensive, and left at the individual level, most people cannot. I think the call by the minority leader is something we should pay attention to. We should have some level of national attention on hepatitis, particularly in the rural areas. Take my constituency, for example. Cultural practices, the way we treat crops, we share calabashes, communal eating, and other forms makes the disease very prevalent. The results of the last test, 3 days of test that was done in the constituency, was quite worrying. And that's why this year again, we are in the constituency doing the same. Similar thing is happening in DBI and across the region. But we don't have a coordinated national effort. I want to commend Liver Foundation today because they have also put in some intervention in my constituency to the extent of setting up a clinic that will be dedicated to dealing with hepatitis. But these are individual activities and interventions that are not coordinated. And if you want to take the fight against hepatitis, look, over 4.6 million Ghanaians have hepatitis. Had it been some other condition, probably it would have been making the news. Secondly, recently when we were talking about chronic diseases in the Medical Trust Fund, unfortunately, they eluded all of us that hepatitis has chronic levels where treatment are expensive and should be considered under the scheme. And also, the National Health Insurance has not made provisions for such treatments. So it is a clarion call. While I commend the majority leader for what he's doing so far, I think that what he's doing should be rolled up at a national level so that people who have these conditions or are at risk of these conditions can get some help nationally to deal with the condition. So I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Matthew Nyindam.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to also contribute to the statement made by the minority leader, and to also thank him for making such a statement, Mr. Speaker, and to also commend him for the amount of money he has put into his constituency to educate and to treat hepatitis B or C. Mr. Speaker, just like he said, 1 million Ghana cedis. It's unfortunate most of us will not have that capacity to establish such a foundation in our constituencies. But Mr. Speaker, if you monitor hepatitis B, it's gradually becoming a household disease. It's gradually becoming a household disease. And we must all confront it head on. And it's not out of place when he's calling on us to have a state policy on this particular chronic disease. The consequences, Mr. Speaker, are so huge. If you want to measure the deaths, the amount of the total number of persons that this particular hepatitis B or C has taken away, Mr. Speaker, it will surprise you. I therefore want to add my voice and to let Mr. Speaker, by the end of this statement, get the Minister for Health to look at how best, Mr. Speaker, we can finance this particular disease. Mr. Speaker, the most important thing that the statement actually highlighted has to do with even the testing and the viral load. If you go to the hospitals and they want to charge you, Mr. Speaker, you will not pay less than 2,000. And parents of unfortunately pregnant mothers Sometimes when they get to the hospitals and then they are diagnosed and they have to assist the unborn child, Mr. Speaker, you won't pay less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. How many of our rural folks can afford? And like my colleague from the other side said, if you look at the way it's pressed and how we live in our communities, we virtually eat together, we drink together, and even during our funerals, the way we adore and the way we hold the corpse, it makes it so easier for it to be transmitted. So, Mr. Speaker, I want you to take a very keen interest in this particular statement. And at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, let's have a way out. Let's have a way out. Else one day, if you take 10 people, 8 will be having hepatitis, which, Mr. Speaker, is avoidable. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this particular statement.
Thank you so much. Yes, Honorable Joseph Kwame Kuma, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to have a bite on this statement ably made by our minority leader. Mr. Speaker, I'm scared. I'm scared for the fact that if you go to paragraph 9 and 10, which I want to quote for re-emphasizing what has been indicated, the broader national picture. Mr. Speaker, hepatitis B continues to be a silent epidemic in Ghana according to the World Health Organization. 254 million people. Mr. Speaker, and when we get to the 10, that over 91 million people in the region are infected. And that is 2019 alone. Mr. Speaker, prevention, we say, is better than cure. The earlier, the better. We have nothing more to say than to quickly refer this issue to the Health Committee, Mr. Speaker, for them to quickly let the Health Minister, let Public Health Authority engage in public advocacy so that we save our people. For lack of knowledge, our people perish. So if these figures are being turned out, and speaker upon speaker is buttressing it, should we wait for our people to finish? A lot of these people, our people in the rural areas are farmers. A lot of our people, Mr. Speaker, when we go on recess, we have to do thank you tours. You get to some communities and the chop bag there, 1 cup is what we all share. And we are to share because you are with them. We are all involved, Mr. Speaker. If we don't wake up to this call and treat it as a national security issue or a disaster, we are finishing. We are poor already. And so if the able-bodied people who are our farmers are to have this disease, then where are we? Our children are in schools, boarding houses. It's not easy. Mr. Speaker, please, I plead with you, make an urgent referral of this issue so that we save ourselves. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Yes, Honourable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statement ably made by Minority Leader. Mr. Speaker, this is a very important statement that, as a nation, we must take it serious. If you look at the socioeconomic impact of hepatitis B on the individual, the society, and then the country as a whole, it calls for urgent attention. Mr. Speaker, as the maker of the statement said, we have viral hepatitis and non-viral hepatitis. With the viral hepatitis, we have A, B, C, D and E. A, B, C, D, and E. And then non-viral hepatitis, these are drug-induced hepatitis, alcohol-induced hepatitis, and then we can have autoimmune hepatitis. Right, Honorable Speaker, the problem with hepatitis B and C is that it spreads faster than even HIV, especially the hepatitis B. It spreads faster than HIV. As we are talking about hepatitis B and C, it is important that we get to know the causes of this hepatitis. It spreads basically just like HIV through blood-borne articles, having sex, unprotected sex actually, deep kisses if you have some sores in your mouth and other things. Honorable Speaker, sharing articles, especially the razor, contaminated one, brushes, and all those things. These things basically are a problem in our rural settings, where affording some small amount to go and test to know your status is a big problem. Sometimes, through the maternal care, they're able to detect it. But the money to buy the hepatitis B immunoglobulin to prevent mother-to-child transmission is a big issue. Right, Honorable Speaker, I will urge the Ministry of Health to include the hepatitis B immunoglobulin in the NHIS so that when they are detected that they are positive during pregnancy, they can easily have access to it. And this thing is given right after birth. After 72 hours, if you give it, it doesn't serve its purpose. Because by that time, the virus might have crossed into the breast milk. And any child who takes or sucks the breast will get it. I thank you for this very important opportunity. But yes, those who are infected, they have already said everything. The medical care is the problem. One will go, they tell you, go and do the viral load. You cannot go. You go once, because every year you have to do the viral load, so that they will be able to quantify the amount of the virus in your system and give you antivirus. But the problem is the low settings. Are we able to afford these things? It's a big issue. And Honorable Speaker, some of us have done the screening. And if you see the number of people who you did not even expect to have this kind of virus, is so appalling. Just like the minority leader stated, I have made it a policy to also do the screening as I started every year, so that those that will detect will be able to, manage them. But another thing is vaccination. Getting access to the hepatitis B vaccination is another thing. It's costly because you have to take it 3 times if you are not infected. But the people cannot afford these things. Right, Honorable Speaker, seriously, we must include hepatitis B treatment and screening so that in Mahama care, so that it will make it easy for the people to access. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Dr. Grace Dankwa, Professor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and Mr. Speaker, sorry. And thank you. I would like to thank the maker of this statement. Hepatitis B is actually a very important public health concern in Ghana. Currently, we have about 4.6 million people in Ghana with hepatitis B, and that makes 10.4% of the population. It causes about 14,000 deaths every year. And hepatitis B and C basically are the ones that are infectious. They lead to liver diseases such as liver cirrhosis, where the liver is filled with fat and the liver is not functioning, and eventually to liver cancer. And it is the #1 cause of liver cancer in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, hepatitis B is a sexually transmitted disease. Hepatitis B is spread by blood and bodily fluids. The solution to solving the hepatitis B problem is a public health education. The people who are promiscuous need to be educated. Most people who have hepatitis, especially the chronic type, they don't even know they have it. And a lot of people, the prevalence and the incidence in Ghana is very high. But luckily, Mr. Speaker, it was one of the problems that we had discussed in the NDC manifesto. And the solution to solving the hepatitis B problem would be the free primary health care. Currently, children are getting the hepatitis B vaccine in the pentavalent vaccines. So they get it at 6 months, 10 months, and 6 weeks, 14 weeks, and 10 weeks and 14 weeks. Currently, once the free primary health care program is rolled out, we will be given the birth dose in the beginning of 2026. So the NDC government, under the visionary leader of John Dramani Mahama, is working on the problem. The problem has been identified. He's working on the problem.
Honourable members, let's have some order.
The problem has been identified. We are on course. We are working on bringing the birth dose vaccine, which is for the children that are immediately born. The infants, the newborns, will be receiving a dose in the beginning of 2026. Once the free primary health care program kicks in, we will do national surveillance. We will add the hepatitis B vaccine for adults. We will continue public education, and those who are found to have hepatitis B will be included in the free primary health care package. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. Honorable leaders, honorable members, based on very well, Sir Honorable Jerry Shai.
Speaker, I thank you very much for this opportunity. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to also thank the maker of this statement, Osahin, Alexander Afenyo Kwame Lamarkin. Speaker, this statement comes at the right time. And for me, we need to consider what is more important at this stage, which is the preventive care. Growing up, I've always heard people say that prevention is always better than cure. And that is why, for me, this statement is profound. And Speaker, I would just make reference to the Efutu experience, where the maker of this statement personally had to support the initiative with an initial amount of 1 million cedis. Speaker, obviously, most of us here may not have the resources to do that, but we should also be encouraged that to which we can pay little by little and get to that level. Speaker, over 20,000 individuals have benefited from this screening through vaccination, especially in the Efutu constituency. Speaker, then where you have the maker of this statement, who has also conceded to consolidate these efforts by constructing a hepatitis and liver care center in Efutu. Speaker, for me, I think that this is worth commending. I am looking at the preventive side, which is, for me, I've abbreviated into SICA. That is the stigma. That is the inaccessibility. That is the cost. And that is the ignorance. Speaker, if we are looking at the stigma, what we need to do is to consider a more comprehensive education on hepatitis. And I don't think that is just a matter of promiscuity. It also boils down to knowing what you are to do and what you are not to do, including vaccination. And Speaker, if we are able to take this up and let people understand that the fact that you have hepatitis should not be a reason for you to seek proper cure and care, then we are moving somewhere. Speaker, the issue of inaccessibility. There are a lot of people out there, they may never have heard of hepatitis. They do not know how to even reach out and how to get the necessary cure and vaccination. Speaker, if we are able to take this up, I am sure we can get somewhere. Speaker, then the issue of cost. What are we doing with the cost, the expenses involved? Are we in a position to get the submission made by the maker of this statement that government through the National Health Insurance should now respectfully consider taking the cost, bearing the cost for people who are unable to take care of this? Speaker, if we are able to do so, a lot of Ghanaian lives, especially the young with the babies, will be saved. Speaker, I think that there is the need for us to focus on what the current situation is. My colleague just said you have about 4.6 million people who are suffering from hepatitis. How can we stop hepatitis? How can we break it down? Let us all come together, irrespective of where we stand or we sit, whichever party color we follow. Let us appreciate that hepatitis should be the thing of the past. Let us help in preventing hepatitis. Let's start now. Start from your homes. Start from educating your children. Start with educating your children. Start with educating people who are nearer to you. Let them understand that hepatitis can also kill. It can affect your liver. It can take lives as much as possible. Speaker, with that, I am sure we can move forward as a nation and have a lesser number of people suffering from hepatitis, and at most have it removed from this society called Ghana. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, honourable members. The statement made by the minority leader is a very important one. I would therefore direct that the statement be transmitted to the minister responsible for health. But at conclave, we agree it's going to be 3-3. Is that not what we agreed upon?
Plus leadership 1-1.
Including the leadership here is 3.
We have the last slot.
I'm saying that including the leadership here is 3, but I have taken 3 here. Honourable members, the statement by the minority leader is a very important one. I would therefore direct that the statement be transmitted to the minister responsible for health for very urgent actions. In fact, the numbers are very scary. I also urge every Ghanaian to adopt a very good health practices so that we can avoid the complication from some of these diseases. So, Clerk at table accordingly direct you to transmit the statement to the minister responsible for health. His intervention is very important in this regard. Honourable members, we also have 2 statements. One, standing in the name of Honorable Akwesi Konedu, MP for Menchia North, on to eulogize the legendary departed Ghanaian musician, Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. Same statement is coming from Honorable Adelaide Ntim, MP for Nsuta Kwamai Biposu, on the passing of the legendary musician Charles Kojo Fosu. I urge the House to bear with me so that we can take the statement jointly. So I will first give the floor to Honorable Akwesi Konadu.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today with a heavy heart, yet a deep sense of reverence and pride, to pay tribute to one of Ghana's greatest musical legends, Charles Kojo Fosu, widely known as Daddy Lumba. His passing on the 26th of July 2025 at the Bank Hospital in Accra, after a short illness, marks the end of an era in Ghana's rich musical history. He was 60 years old, hailed from Ekwo in Nsuta in the Ashanti region. Nonetheless, it is believed that he had lineage and could be traced to Pakoso, a town I come from. Interestingly, Mr. Speaker, unbeknownst to many, he was once rumored to have aspirations to become the chief of Pakoso, highlighting his roots and potential influence in the community. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumba was not just a musician, he was a maestro, an icon whose influence transcended generations and borders. Widely regarded as the greatest musician of all times, his contribution to high-life music is unparalleled. Through a remarkable career spanning over 4 decades, he produced 30 albums and composed more than 200 songs, many of which continue to enjoy airplay today. His ability to touch on a wide array of themes, including love, heartbreak, forgiveness, wealth, death, betrayal, beauty, resilience, demonstrate the depth and breadth of his artistry. What made Daddy Lumba truly extraordinary, Mr. Speaker, was his linguistic dexterity and poetic use of the Akan language, particularly Asante Twi. His lyrics were not only melodious and catchy, but often liaised with proverbial wisdom, layered meanings, and cultural idioms that require deep thought to unpack. For many of us, his music was more than entertainment. It was an education in values, life, and our Ghanaian identity. In an age where the vibrant tradition of high-life music had been gradually overshadowed by other genres, Daddy Lumba took toll as proud custodian of Ghana's musical heritage. He was a torchbearer and a trailblazer who constantly delivered timeless music, filled with thoughtful messages and profound advice. Mr. Speaker, his works were not just songs. They were experiences, carefully crafted pieces that touched hearts and stirred conscience. Take, for instance, Mr. Speaker, the song Teresa, for which part of it he says, "Se menyuaya, iniena miniayo, se mamodia." Mr. Speaker, this song emphasized the beauty and importance of gratitude, reminding us all to appreciate those who stand by us in difficult times. Mr. Speaker, in Sika he says, "Sika eneye adie nyina." He addresses the harsh reality of poverty and the need for us to eschew dishonest labor in favor of integrity and hard work. He made a clear distinction between wealth acquired through genuine means and that earned through deceit. And Mr. Speaker, in Adakatia, He says, Obiang Kwejina Adakatia. To it, everybody.
Honorable Akwesi Akwanedu, you should have done us a favor of translating whatever you are saying in Twi into English language for the Hansard.
Mr. Speaker, I will. And I'll make that available to the Hansard department. Mr. Speaker, Adakatia is a poignant reminder of life's impermanence. He urged listeners to reject pride, selfishness, in favor of love and humility, as death comes for all of us, regardless of our status. Mr. Speaker, it is not surprising that in the year 2024, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo recognized Daddy Lumba with a prestigious national honors at the Accra International Conference Center. In his heartfelt tribute, the former president aptly described him as a pantheon among musical greats of all times. Indeed, Daddy Lumba's influence extended beyond the boundaries of music. He was a cultural ambassador, a unifier, and a beacon of creativity and wisdom. Mr. Speaker, the loss of Daddy Lumba is not just a blow to the music industry. It is a profound loss to Ghana's cultural heritage and identity. His music brought people together across age groups, political divide, and ethnic lines. Whether at family gatherings, weddings, political events, national celebrations, his music played in the background, evoking nostalgic, joy, reflection, and a deep sense of emotions. Through his art, he managed to build bridges and foster the sense of national pride. Many young musicians today cite Daddy Lumba as their greatest influence and inspirations. He opened doors for future generations of high-life artists, mentoring some directly and indirectly, and shaping the industry through the standards that he set. His ability to reinvent himself whilst remaining true to his roots kept him relevant and beloved by the old and young fans. Mr. Speaker, the void left by Daddy Lumba's departure is vast and irreplaceable, yet his legacy endures. Not just in the melodies we will continue to sing, but in the life lessons that so powerfully shared through his music. He entertained, he educated, he inspired, and he united us. That, Mr. Speaker, is the mark of a true legend. In this moment of mourning, I extend my condolence to his family, friends, the countless fans both in Ghana and across the globe. We mourn with him, but we also celebrate a life well lived, a life that brought joy, comfort, inspiration to many, many Ghanaians and citizens. May the soul of Charles Kwadwo Fosu, Daddy Lumba, rest in perfect peace, and the many songs continue to echo in our hearts, reminding us of who we are, where we come from, and what truly matters in life. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We then give the floor to Honorable Adelaide Ntim. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to speak on a matter of deep national grief. The passing of one Ghanaian most iconic and influential musician, Charles Kwadwo Fosu, widely known as Daddy Lumba. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumba was born from Nsuta, Ekuo, in the Central District, representing the Nsuta Kwamai Biposo constituency of the Ashanti region. His musical journey began modestly, starting with the participation in school and church choirs. It later took him to Germany, where he teamed up with Nana Echampong to release the groundbreaking track Yayaka Aquentium, a song that launched a career lasting over 3 decades. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumba was more than a singer. He was a cultural icon. His music spanned generations, touching on themes of love, life, hardship, and celebration. He voiced the everyday experiences of Ghanaians, becoming a household name across the country and beyond. Mr. Speaker, his contributions to Ghanaian music industry are invaluable. He was a pioneer of high life and hip life genres, mentoring many prominent artists. His sound evolved, yet his authenticity always remained intact. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the grieved and people of Nsuta Kwamai, Biposu constituency, the entire Central District, and especially the paramount chief of the Nsuta traditional area, Nana Asamoah Gyamfi Setchre II, I call upon this House and the nation to mourn with us. Mr. Speaker, Ghana has lost a legend, but his legacy endures. I humbly appeal to the Honorable House and the government to consider awarding national honors, including a state-assisted funeral, and establishing initiatives to preserve and promote his musical legacy. Mr. Speaker, as we mourn, we also celebrate a life that touched millions. Let us remember Charles Kojo Fosu, not just with tears, but with pride for the gift he was to our nation. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Demi Fedrie Kojo. I am grateful, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will then open the floor to take comment on the statement ably made. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the statement ably made by my two colleagues, eulogizing Ghana's most influential musical legend in recent history, Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. Mr. Speaker, the news of the sudden demise of Daddy Lumba came to many as a surprise, taking into consideration the fact that most recently he celebrated his 60th birthday, and very little would one have considered that he would pass on to the next world. Mr. Speaker, as had been indicated by the makers of the statement, the musical contribution of Daddy Lumba spanned about 4 decades, which means that Daddy Lumba launched himself into Ghana's musical space at a very early age of about 20 years thereabout. The music that Daddy Lumba produced or sang across these years portrayed him as one with a lot of depth in terms of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in promoting Ghana's rich cultural history. When we heard of the first song, Meyaka Kwentum, with Nana Champong, those of us who were then in our primary school to secondary school days realized that this was a song that we could really relate to. But, Mr. Speaker, one song that I'm fondly remember Daddy Lumba of, and this house have to take particular notice, is a song, Yenowo Serekwa. Mr. Speaker, I don't know if you've heard it before. Yane wo se kwa o. Yane wo se kwa o. Susuman paso nada wo. Yane wo se kwa o. Mr. Speaker, to wait. The majority is always laughing with the minority. But we are unable to appreciate the love and the bond that we have to stay in this house together. So, with the demise of Daddy Lumba, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this house to remember Daddy Lumba with this song that we have to unite as a house and as a country. That when we deal, we should deal with ourselves in honesty and not in betrayal. Mr. Speaker, with that said, I want to pay glowing tribute to Charles Kojo Fosu for his contribution to music in this country. And as has been proposed, I believe that the state ought to give him the needed honors and then give him a befitting funeral so that subsequent generations and the musical talents that are unfolding would also learn from the lessons that Daddy Lumba has given us. Mr. Speaker, with this, I want to thank the makers of the statement for what they've done in remembering Charles Kojo Fosu, our darling Daddy Lumba. Thank you for the opportunity, Speaker.
Any further contribution? Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to commend the makers of the statement in commemoration with the demise of a legend, Daddy Lumba. His music is not only played at parties, weddings, but it's a message to the entire nation. It's a message of hope, message of unity. One of his popular songs that is always played in my constituency, Teresa. Wherever Mr. Speaker, his demise is a big blow in my constituency, and I join the people of Okankwe North to mourn with the family.
Sing Teresa for us.
Semanyiwaya, Onyana Minyayo, Sema Modia, Miabonia Yefo. So wait. Mr. Speaker, I join the people of Okankwe North and Ghana at large to mourn the demise of a legend. When you attend any occasion in Okankwe North, provided I'm present there, they welcome with the song Teresa. Whether it is of a funeral, it's Teresa. Whether it's adoring, it's Teresa. And this music has brought a lot of hope to so many Ghanaians. I am praying, like my honorable member said, let's not just smile towards each other. Let's mean words. Let's show each other love. When this side bring business of the house, genuinely join us to do it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Matthew Nyundam.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Today is a very sad day that a man I so loved and cherished is no more. Mr. Speaker, I extend my condolences to the family. and to the nation and to the music industry. Mr. Speaker, Dada Lumba never dies. Because if you take the music industry, the music of Dada Lumba will stay forever and ever. Mr. Speaker, I am very sure, and I will not be afraid. I will say, for that, if you take the country as a whole, everyone at least will like one or two of Dada Lumba's music. And I can see it from the faces of my colleagues. If you are sad, Mr. Speaker, just play Dada Lumba's music and you'll be fine. If you are quarreling with your wife, just play Dada Lumba's music and you'll be fine. Mr. Speaker, even if you want to go and do galamsey, play Dada Lumba's music and you'll be encouraged. Mr. Speaker, the man is a legend. If you want to know, with your wife, you have a problem, just play Odo. Odo me pewa sempa o na abwan here. Pem 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 pem. Odo me pewa sempa o na abwan here na mpira di pantia. Me pewa sempa o ohia na wan kira di pantia. Daddy me pewa semu bebre. Your wife is good to go. Mr. Speaker, Munke Babia de Pakoshe Akoshe to Krum. Mr. Speaker, this is for the Galamsey people. Munke Babia de Pakoshe Akoshe to Krum. So you know that you know where to go and harvest. Mr. Speaker, so for Dada Lumba, if you are a young man, Mr. Speaker, if you are a young man and you want to make life, listen to Dada Lumba's music. I'm telling you, if you play Dada Lumba's music, Mr. Speaker, you'll be good to go. Let's all use this opportunity. Although he's no more, let's learn, let's play his music. Let's try as much as possible to pick the worst. Just like others have said, we are in this house together. We are in this house together. When we are laughing, let's express genuine laugh. Let's do it together. We should not pretend. We should not pretend. Because you don't know when. It could be tomorrow, it could be tomorrow next. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you, and I want to encourage you. I know you are a Lumba fan, because looking at your face, I can see one or two music in your face. When you get home, try and pick one or two, and I'm sure that you will be okay. Because sometimes, when you sit there, you can be, Mr. Speaker, you understand what I mean. So on that note, I want to thank you for the opportunity. And once again, I want to express my condolences to the family. And like one of the statements said, we should treat him as a legend, as a nation. Let's see how we can give him a befitting barrier. It's so important because people like Dada Lumba, you cannot get them much. Let's see how, as a state, as a nation, we can eulogize our heroes. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honourable member, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to stand on Order 63, Clause 1 of our standing order and speak the Ghanaian language, Asante Twi. Mr. Speaker, and da Ghana for nyinaa ene ewiase amansan nyinaa esu
onyumtini kɛseɛ a ne din de Charles Kojo Fosu a dodoɔ no afrɛ no Daddy Lumba. Now, yɛhwɛ nneɛma papa a Daddy Lumba ayɛ de ama Ghana.
Honorable member, please, let's go by the rules.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I will be happy to translate after I've concluded with the tree into the English language. If you can indulge me, please.
Very well.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumba aboa ma Ghana din apagya bebree. Yɛhwɛ ne nnwomtoɔ nkabom a ɔde aba yɛ fiefie mu. Sɛ yɛwo onipa foforɔ a.
Please limit it there and do the translation.
Very well, Mr. Speaker. Very well, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to wait. Daddy Lumba is a great musician. He has sold Ghana across the borders of the world. Now, as a musician from Ghana, I believe and I know that Daddy Lumba has actually made Ghana I would say, a hub, a musical hub, where a lot of Ghanaians do connect. Mr. Speaker, I'll summarize it up and say that Daddy Lumba is a great musician. He has connected Ghana to the world, and so I pray that the government of today helps the family to have a befitting barrier for him, and then help musicians in Ghana to protect their intellectual. What is it called? Can you help me, please? It's their intellectual property when it comes to music. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'll end it here.
Conclude.
And then I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honourable members, because we don't have the facility, everything that has been said in Twi but not translated into English is ordered to be expunged from the record. Yes, Honourable member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would want to join the Member of Parliament from Lumba's home constituency, Honorable Adelaide, and the Member of Parliament for Menchia North for the statement they've made today on the floor. Mr. Speaker, it is with great heart and deep sorrow I want to join the teeming Ghanaians who are today mourning the passage of the legend, the icon, the Speaker, the star of Ghana, Charles Kojo Fosu, a.k.a. Daddy Lumba. The Speaker, in fact, I am one of the members of the fan club of Daddy Lumba. And my favorite song of all time, the Speaker, if you would permit me, I would want to take a few lines. Seminya uboni, now you yem se o time ya, the uchrimia, and ya ubu, the uchrimia, otamia, se uchrimia, and the ubu. The Speaker,
To it
out there, to it. The Speaker, to it, if I have not done any wrong to you, I have not offended you in any way, I have not wronged you, the Speaker, and you hate me, then you are lying. The Speaker, the track goes on to even say how he is fortified in the word of God. The Speaker, this is the man we are celebrating today. As a young party boy, MPP young man, very fan of the party. The Speaker, one of his major campaign songs, Na 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 oye we now, na na dear, he's born to succeed. Na na kufuado ye we now. The Speaker, where you will even enjoy that one most is where you go, hey no sunoi, kukurudu. The Speaker, this is a man Ghana is mourning today. It's very sad. The Speaker, but we have a number of stars that are no longer with us today. Quite recently, KKD also passed. The Speaker, I think that the families of Daddy Lumumba should allow the state give him a befitting state burial. Dada KD, yes. Dada KD, sorry. The Speaker, I said KKD, forgive me. It's Dada KD. The Speaker, I think the families of Daddy Lumumba should allow the state give him a befitting burial, because now he has outlived the confines of his family. He is now a national asset. The Speaker, I will beg, I will crave, if they are listening to us, they should allow the state give him a befitting burial, because he has sold, he has marketed, he has projected Ghana through his music to the international world. Mr. Speaker, I think that finally I would want to beg that the nation should have a high life museum where we have all our high life musicians, art and their works being displayed there. Because Ghana, one of our major journals, music journals, is High Life. Mr. Speaker, we do not even have anything in this country that depicts the fact that that is our music journal. Mr. Speaker, we should use the passage of Lumumba to make sure that we set up a music journal, High Life Studios or High Life Museum, so that Ghana and everybody who comes to Ghana can have a share of that. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, I want to take the lines again. Now you
Honourable member, no singing. Conclude. Please conclude.
I'm concluding.
Honourable member, conclude. Can you resume your seat? Yes, leadership.
Mr. Speaker, I will yield to Honourable.
Very well. Yes. Honourable Nitiwul.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you very much. So when news broke out that we had indeed lost Daddy Lumumba, I am almost certain that there are many people in this chamber who shed a tear, including myself. Even those who did not speak impeccable Twi, or didn't even speak the Twi language. Whenever they played Daddy Lumumba's song, they enjoyed it. Mr. Speaker, even those whose mother tongue was not the Twi language, anytime Daddy Lumumba's song was played, people enjoyed it. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumumba is, in quote, our Michael Jackson. This is a man whose music cut across all ages, from the young to the middle age to the old. And how he did it is still a marvel to some of us, that every year since 1992, or let's say 89, when he started with Nana Champon, he always came with a hit. There is no year that people were not waiting for Daddy Lumumba to bring a song in December. Every year. Daddy Lumba always brought a hit song or a couple of hit songs in December. He entertained Ghanaians for more than 30, 40 years. We should celebrate him. The nation owes it a duty to celebrate Daddy Lumba. Lumba, Mr. Speaker, has left a mark, and I believe for many, many, many years to come, he may end up like Bob Marley, where even when he's not there, Ghanaians will still be playing his music. He was one of the few who held the high life music through the skies. Ghanaians were known for what we call high life music. Today, it's changing. It was high life music that Ghanaians were known for. Many people, many countries copied high life music. And Daddy Lumba represented the best of high life music. Mr. Speaker, if you ask those who speak and understand the local Twi language well, they'll tell you how he composes his music, the lyrics, and the thought behind. It marvels everybody. I remember somebody asked him a question. What is the meaning of Abin Waha? What is it that we, well, of all the songs? They asked him, what is that? What were you talking about? But Mr. Speaker, what the average Ghanaian thought he was going to say, he never said that. That is the type of person we are mourning today. It's unfortunate we have lost him at a very young age. And I heard him say that to be able to reach 60 years, he too has reached that 60 years. I heard him say that. When he celebrated his 60th birthday, he said, me too have reached that 60 years. And that he has never celebrated his birthday before until he was 60 years. As if he was prophetic. Only for us this week to wake up and be told that the man is no more. Mr. Speaker, Ghana should give him a befitting burial. The campaign song that my friend sang, that was a campaign song of the NPP in 2008. I remember that after the NDC won the elections, every party that the NDC had, that was the song they were singing. Not the The song Nana Ye Winner. It was so popular across political parties that you didn't know whether it was an MPP song or an NDC song. It was a national anthem of how to campaign and how to compose a campaign song. Maybe the NDC brought one or two hit songs in 2012 to defeat us. But Mr. Speaker, for him to produce so many musicians, that the KD, Nana B, Kofi B, Kofi Nti, all of them, the one who sang Emanuela, Oforian Ponsa, all of them, over 20, 30 musicians all passed through his hands. This is a great man we have to celebrate. He has done his well. He has done his part for Ghana music. He's an icon. He's a legend. This is a man who is our Michael Jackson. Let us remember him and give him a befitting burial, a good sign of, and pray that the Almighty Lord will forgive him all his sins and put him at his right side. If you listen to his interviews over the last 10 years, when he did the surgery and was having difficulties, always he uses God first before any other thing. Maybe the ancestors of Ghana, maybe the spirit of the country called Ghana, maybe the ancestors of the Sechre land, Ashanti land, were telling him that your time is up. But whatever it is, wherever he is today, he should know that the people of Ghana love him. I have a friend who says that we should sing. Is it Ankwanuma?
Akwanoma.
Ankwanuma. Nume, nume. Ankwanume. Enume.
Honorable members,
Ankwanume.
what is this?
Mr. Speaker, we are doing things out of the ordinary for an extraordinary human being. Mr. Speaker, forgive us, but we are mourning the best of the best. Forgive us, for we shall never forget the name Charles Kojo Fosu, a.k.a. Daddy Lumba, a.k.a. DL. On that day, let all of us be present to mourn him, wherever the funeral will be held, whether in Suta, whether in Kumasi, or whether in Accra. But I wish the state will give him a state barrier here at the forecourt of Parliament for the people of Ghana to come and mourn him. And I bet you the streets of Accra will be full. I went to the gym today and everybody was playing Daddy Lumba songs. You move all the parties of Accra, people are playing Daddy Lumba songs. People are weeping from Ghana to Germany. And people are weeping from Bolga to Accra. Some people who never wept for their family members wept when they heard that Daddy Lumba died. And it's not because they knew him physically. Not many people even met him. But the fact that he brought joy to the hearts of many people in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, Lumba brought joy through music. We are doing politics. I believe we shall also bring joy through politics. But for Lumba, he has done his part. He's a great man, and we should not forget of Daddy Lumba. Lumba incarnate will come one day. But I dare to say that he may arguably be the greatest Ghanaian musician to walk on the streets of Accra and to walk on the streets of Ghana. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and may God bless all of us. And may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Yes, Honorable Doyo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. And I would like to thank the maker of the statement. Mr. Speaker, we have lost a legend. This is a man who brought joy to everybody in the world because the music is everywhere. When it comes to funeral, he's there. He comes to wedding, he's there. And it comes to the youth, his music is there. And when it comes to politics, the music is there. Mr. Speaker, Daddy Lumba will never die because his music will continue to live on, and because of that, his name will continue to live on. Mr. Speaker, initially I asked myself, why 60 years? Because I could remember I went to a program with Mama Pat, and we were invited to attend his 60th birthday, but I couldn't go. And 60 years, you are too young, because if life begins at 40, you are 20 years. And when you listen to what killed him, initially people were saying the wife poisoned him, but he came out boldly to tell the whole world that it was spinal cord injury. Mr. Speaker, this tells us that we should take good care of ourselves. At your youthful age, save some of the energies for the future, for your retirement age. Don't waste all the youthful age and you will reserve some for, don't waste all the energy in your youthful age and you will reserve some for the future or your retirement age. Mr. Speaker, spinal cord is bones that God has put together. So take good care of it because this spinal cord has killed a lot of people, especially a lot of men. Mr. Speaker, I would advise everybody, because recently I met a guy in the tunnel. If you look at the load that boy was carrying, I stopped him and asked him, do you know you are injuring yourself? You are young, so you feel you are strong. But by the time you start aging, before you start feeling the effects. So if you are young, take good care of yourself. You yourself, your weight is 60 kilos or 50 kilos, and you want to put 3 cement bags, which is more than your weight together and carry. You will injure yourself. The day you will throw the stone, is not that day you feel the pains in your arm, but later before you feel that pains in your arms. So it's a pity that at age 60, that he's supposed to enjoy, sit, even if he cannot play music in concerts and concert in places again. This is the time he will stay home with the grandchildren, enjoy the fruit of labor. But this is the time rather that he's saying goodbye to Ghanaians. It's sad. We are all sad because we are going to miss him a lot. As my colleague said, every Christmas year is 8 times. We expect new music from him, and we all enjoy his music. Mr. Speaker, do what will not hurt you and break you down in future. As him himself said, and so we are you will force yourself and kill yourself for people, and they don't even know what you have done for them. So don't force yourself and kill yourself for people. Do what will give you more strength and more energy so that you can stay and see your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, may we observe 1 minute silence. Honourable members, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Honourable members, statement time is ended. We now move to commencement of public business. Honourable members, can we turn to order paper addendum? Presentation and first reading. Minister responsible for Interior.
Don't come in. Oh. Check whether somebody's microphone.
An act to provide for matters relating to the National Security Council, to establish the regional security councils, the district security councils, to specify some of the state agencies responsible for coordinating and implementing government policies on the security of the state and attendant issues on or relating to the internal and external security of Ghana, and to provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the bill is duly read the first time and referred to the Committee on Defence and Interior.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I think it should be referred to the Committee of Security and Intelligence, and if we could add the leadership of the defense.
Very well, very well. Then it is referred to the Security and Intelligence Committee with the leadership of Defense and Interior joining. Thank you very much for that corrections. Honourable members, item number 9. Motion.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, the motion has been duly moved by the Finance Minister. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion captured as item number 9 on today's order paper at page 3, that this Honourable House approves the media review of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana for the 2025 financial year. Move on Thursday, 24th July 2025 by the Honourable Minister for Finance, Dr. Kisel Ato-Bah-Forson. Respectfully move, Mr. Speaker. I seconded.
Honourable members, motion moved and seconded, and it is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, I have the list before me. I will then proceed to give the floor to Honourable Ajay Mensah. Yes, Honourable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as important as the media budget review is, the minister responsible for finance moved the motion. It has just been duly seconded by the second deputy majority whip. Mr. Speaker, we are debating the budget of the finance ministry, the media budget review of the finance ministry. The minister is not here. His deputy is not here. Mr. Speaker, if there are issues and serious concerns that will come from the debate, how will they be able to respond and take notice of that? Mr. Speaker, this is unaccepted. Mr. Speaker, and they should take this House serious. And if the majority side are not ready to debate the budget, they should say so. How can we debate the media budget review without the finance minister or the deputy finance minister? Where are they? Mr. Speaker, we cannot. So, Mr. Speaker, I don't know, the minister responsible for roads and highways, he's intimidating me with his looks. And Mr. Speaker, we need the finance minister and the deputy minister responsible for finance before we start this debate. You must take this House serious and take your own budget serious. How can we debate the budget without the minister or the deputy minister? Well, how?
Honourable members, we shall come to the debate. But in the meantime, my attention has been drawn to other paper addendum 2. So, Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Mr. Speaker, I think today we had some agreement, and you have been following it all along, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we have not been engaged on this, and we don't know anything about it. So let's zoom into the debate. Later on, we can look at the other paper addendum 2. You know we discussed, and we have been following it. So we cannot do the gender minister business at the moment. So, Mr. Speaker, let's continue to the debate. When we get to a certain point, then we'll be able to do it.
Honourable Habib, this was some of the issues that we have discussed, that there will be a withdrawal of the bill and then representation of that particular bill. Because the bill is in this House. The Social Protection Bill has been introduced and referred to a committee. So it's one of the businesses for us to carry. So let us just permit her to do the needful. Then we can refer it to a committee and then come to the debate.
Mr. Speaker, I'll plead with my colleagues to allow the laying of the papers so that after that we'll talk about it. Because, Mr. Speaker, this is a straightforward matter. We don't need to belabor the point. So we are just pleading with you to allow us to lay those papers. Because the document is before the House, and they are withdrawing it in place, lay the new one. So I don't think there's any difficulty here. But the minister is here. She will provide the necessary answers to the questions that you raised. So let her lay the paper first, and she will proceed by giving us the reasons why she is doing that.
Well, honourable members, this is not a new business that the minister is bringing.
Mr. Speaker, with respect to your good self, even when the issue of ESLA, you needed to withdraw it, there was an engagement, and we know why. But for the minister in the front bench to spring surprise on us, we don't know anything. Why is the minister withdrawing? We have not been engaged. And Mr. Speaker, with respect, we never discussed this issue, and we are not aware. So let's zoom into the debate. We'll engage, and after that, within the debate, we can do this one.
Honourable member, what I want to do is that we will allow the minister to withdraw and present, so that when we refer it to the committee, then we can engage within the period.
Mr. Speaker, the bill now is the property of Parliament.
Yes.
Why is the minister withdrawing it?
That is why at the point of the withdrawal,
Speaker, you should engage.
yes, at the point of the withdrawal, the minister will indicate why the bill is being withdrawn. It's really the property of Parliament. Yes, Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Minister for Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 173 to seek your leave and the leave of the House to withdraw the Social Protection Bill that was earlier laid on the 27th of June, 2025.
Honourable members, application made for the withdrawal of the application made for leave to withdraw the Social Protection Bill. Honourable members, leave is accordingly granted, and the Social Protection Bill is consequentially withdrawn. Now, Minister, go to the order paper addendum 2, item number 2, presentation of first reading.
Mr. Speaker, I want to draw your attention to Standing Order 173, as the 1731, as the Minister quoted. A sponsor may withdraw a bill by the leave of the House, not the leave of the Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, you cannot grant, Mr. Speaker, you cannot grant that leave to him. You need definitely the leave of the House, not the leave of the Speaker. And that is what the standing order says. So, Mr. Speaker, the right thing should be done.
Honourable member, if you read the order carefully, and when the minister made the application, I throw the application back to the House. So if nobody opposes the application, the leave of the House can only come through the Speaker of the House. By this particular order, we have been in this House for some time. I have not seen members getting up to say, I have granted leave. It is only through the Speaker. So the right thing has been done. I said, leave, my leave is being sought, the leave of the House is being sought to withdraw the bill. There was no opposition. And once we do not have any opposition for it, then the leave must be granted. Leave of the House is normally communicated by the Speaker. So if a member gets up to say that, oh, I am opposed to the leave being sought because of this, it is then that we can go into any debate.
Mr. Speaker, I think what my colleague was trying to say is that she was relying on an order.
Yes.
And you see, he wanted her to just do the right thing by saying that you are seeking the leave of the House, yes. But no, she said the leave of the Speaker.
She actually mentioned the leave of the House and the leave of the Speaker.
She mentioned both?
Yes, she mentioned both.
Okay.
Then I said, honorable members, the leave of the House is being sought. Okay. And there was no opposition.
No, that is understood.
Yes.
It's just if she mentioned the leave of the House,
yes,
that's okay.
She quoted the right order.
Mr. Speaker, the Honourable Minister came under Order 173. She mentioned that, and Order 173 reads. So, either the House or Mr. Speaker, she came under 173. That settles the matter. What is 173?
Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, parliamentary procedure. We are all students of parliamentary procedure. Mr. Speaker, it is not the case that nobody objected to the leave that she sought. I did. And I told you that we should go ahead to do the debate and come back, even though you prevail on me. And Mr. Speaker, sorting the leave of the House is different from sorting the leave of the Speaker. Order 173, Order 1731 says the leave of the House. Mr. Speaker, you are the one presiding. And then if you ask, you don't necessarily think that we'll get up to say we oppose. But there is another way you could go by this whole thing. Mr. Speaker, and you know why these orders are suffering? Because there's no engagement. There's no prior engagement to the whole thing. The majority bench is springing a surprise on us. That's why it is suffering. If there was engagement, we would not.
Honorable members.
But you don't quote an order and rely on an order, and which definitely, you know, you
honorable members. For this one, I have been in the House for some time, but we've never taken decision when leave of the House is being sought by way of voting. Honorable members, let's turn to order paper. Addendum 2, item numbered 2. Presentation and first reading of bills.
An act to promote access to social protection, provide social protection services to specified persons, establish and specify institutional arrangement to secure social protection, and provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the Social Protection Bill 2025 is duly presented, read for the first time, and referred to the committee responsible for gender, children, and social protection. Honourable members, looking at the bill, it's not, the new one is not gazetted. So I urge the committee to determine the agency or otherwise of the bill and present that report as well. Yes, Whip.
Mr. Speaker, we can start the debate on the media review. But the Honorable Habib asked about the minister or the deputy. You know, the Committee of Employment, Finance, Budget and Economy met this afternoon with the minister. So he's trying to fine-tune the document that we requested from him. So he will soon join us so we can start the debate whilst the Deputy Minister fine-tune the request that we put before him. So very soon he will join us and see through the debate. Is that right? You are not a member of the committee. The ranking wasn't there. There was a meeting. Ask Honorable Kabiru. There was a meeting. So, Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Minister will join us so that, but we will start the debate.
Yes, Honorable Nyindam.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I just listened to the Deputy Whip who was talking about committee matters on the floor here. Mr. Speaker, a statement was presented to this House, a budget statement that the House is debating, and none of the finance ministers is here. Mr. Speaker, we can pardon the finance minister himself, but the deputy finance minister should make himself available, at least to give respect to this House. At least give the respect to this House. But for you to say the finance minister is unavoidably absent, the deputy finance minister is working on a meeting that was held by a committee, and because of that, he is not coming. Mr. Speaker, let's all give respect to this House. For us to debate the budget statement, Mr. Speaker, whether we were here or we were not here, Mr. Speaker, this is the House. We belong here, and we have every right to debate the statement. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Minister for Roads, I'm sorry today you are saying that we left. When you were the chief whip, you led your soldiers out of this House. Mr. Speaker, we are not debating without any of the ministers. And Mr. Speaker, it will be an affront. Mr. Speaker, it is going to be an affront to this House for us to start a budget debate without minister, at least the deputy minister. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge you, don't succumb to their pressure. Mr. Speaker, don't allow yourself to set a bad precedent. Don't allow yourself, Mr. Speaker. Don't let them put pressure on you. We want to respect this House. And Mr. Speaker, we urge you, let's get the Deputy Finance Minister in
Honorable Martin Nyindam.
The debate. Thank you, right,
Honorable Martin Nyindam. I know I shall return, but you have also been in the House for some time. Is it the case that when we are debating, the minister or the deputy must be present?
Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker. Just
because
like you have said,
the motion is for the consideration of the House.
Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker. We have conventions and practices in this House. And you obviously have our standing orders as a guide. If we are debating a budget, at least for the first day, Mr. Speaker, like you said, as I return.
Honorable, can you guide me by the standing order that you are quoting?
Mr. Speaker, that is why I'm saying that it is not just by our standing orders only. We are talking about conventions and practices. So some of them are not codified, but we use them as our conventions and practice. So what I'm saying is that I know I have been here, and Mr. Speaker, I have had the opportunity to also become a leader. And any budget statement that we take on this floor, at least the first day, one of the ministers will represent.
Honourable members,
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Honourable members, I intend to suspend the House for 30 minutes. The House is accordingly suspended. Honourable members, by the business statement that we have adopted, the chairman ranking, the time allotted is 15 minutes. I mean 15 minutes. Vice chairman ranking member, 10 minutes. Members, 5 minutes. Honourable members, this is what the House has agreed upon. I wouldn't want a situation where your time is up, then you still want to continue. I'll have no hesitation drawing your attention to the rules. And if you go further, then you push me against the wall, and I wouldn't want to fall down. And then you know the implications. So I wouldn't want that. Once we agreed on the time, let us all help ourselves regarding the time. We go by it, and the debate will flow very smoothly. We do not have any time for heckling. Let me emphasize, there is no time for heckling. You should be mindful, heckling may lead you into a disorderly conduct. So, our members, thank you very much. We proceed with the debate. For today, we are starting with the majority, and probably tomorrow we'll start with the minority. So I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Ajay Mensah. Honorable, you are a chairperson. You have 15 minutes.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the debate on the 25th 2025 Media Fiscal Policy Review of the Government of Ghana for the 2025 financial year, as presented by Dr. Keslato Forson, MP, Minister for Finance, which was ably delivered on Thursday, July 24, 2025. Mr. Speaker, this is one of the finest and the sharpest presentation of media review by Dr. Atufors. Indeed, the manner in which he presented the review program was fantastic. It's one of the most intelligent ones, and I'm honored to be associated with this debate. Mr. Speaker, if one considers the introductory delivery, he talked about the macroeconomic performance for January to June 2025, the global development and outlook, and indeed the fiscal performance. These are areas that were wonderfully and properly presented. Mr. Speaker, I will concentrate on the big push, the road sector, the big push, and the recently passed, that was just 2 days ago, recently passed bill, the Road Maintenance Trust Fund bill. Mr. Speaker, we are all aware of the road situation in this country, and the delivery, the media delivery, to a very large extent, put an end to the so-called drama on the past relating to roads, road performance or road, year of road 1, year of road 2, year of road 3, where we actually haven't or didn't see anything or anything to show. This delivery, this presentation, this performance, key performance, delivery by the minister shows in the road sector where we are and where we are going. Mr. Speaker, in the past, we had cause to complain about the performance in the road sector to the extent that there were evidence to show the maintenance regime was very poor. All our roads were in a very bad state, and indeed, we were all concerned. But along the line, there came some reports that our roads were good, our roads were bad, and MPs and many people, many more were complaining about our roads, to the extent that we had reports that indicated that the MPP government, the previous government, had performed and indeed constructed more roads than any other government. Some of us had concern to argue and to debate to the extent that we thought that those were not realistic and were not true and should not be taken to be serious. So now we are in power. All the records show in the ministry, and that is a big Herculean task for the Minister of Roads and Highways now. All details there are in a very negative situation. So therefore, the big push, Mr. Speaker, is to give the hope, resolve all these inadequacies and all this, vacuum, the gap of non-performance in the sector. So the big push is, as we all know, the big push is initiative is by President Mahama for massive infrastructure development in this country. Why I'm concentrating on the big push now is that it's been indicated in the budget, 2025 budget, it was indicated that the President Mahama has dedicated, this government has dedicated big push budgetary allocation for 2 times, the two years, to road sector alone. And that means that we are going to see enough improvement in that sector. To the extent that the minister articulated and indicated about 32 critical roads across the country. And these roads are going to be tackled and handled by the big push. If 2 consecutive or 2 budgetary allocations at 2 years are all going to be dedicated to the road sector, Mr. Speaker, that tells you that this government is very serious. We also identify about 13 critical roads which were abandoned by the previous government. They were part of the year of roads 1, year of roads 2, and year of roads 3 that we never saw any improvement there. These areas have also been earmarked for action. The minister indicated that the minister, and indeed his engineers and the ministry staff, for the past 6 months, have dedicated their time and energies into getting into engineering of all roads so that they will be properly laid down for action under the big push. Mr. Speaker, we also have the issue relating to the road maintenance bill, the trust fund. That will also give hope. It gives clarity. And indeed, it also show the fairness and equity in the distribution of levy, the fuel levy resources into the country. So we know that the appropriate formula will be in place to ensure that all regional areas, districts, and constituencies will all have their fair share of the details. In the presentation, Mr. Speaker, it was also made clear that the road toll is coming back. Indeed, the road toll was that which was abolished by the previous government. There were a lot of promises which were made that were coming back. They never came back. This review, and of course in the budget, the promise was there, and that the concern now is the minister has gone through the process and getting to almost pressing the button for us to get whoever is going to handle the road toll. And all this will come into the main trust fund. Mr. Speaker, coming into effect of this road maintenance trust fund, the old road fund is now, more or less repealed and is not